Welcome viewers. A lot of men are suffering from psychological and physical problems by way of being in the company of the wrong woman. And what's happening is these women are getting the man, they're getting the experience, and then they're shutting shop on the man, be it by passive-aggressive behavior, of which is easily described by not talking, not showing up when they should, shutting the bedroom door. I've never had that happen to me. If somebody tries that on me, I just tell them to leave. Sorry about the noise of the trains in the background. They have emotional affairs with people outside the relationship or marriage. They starve the man emotionally and physically because they've got what they've wanted. And this causes a demasculation of the man. He begins, if he allows it. Now, this is a situation where if the man confronts the issue, there's a strong possibility that this type of woman will up and leave. So they put the man in a situation where he's too frightened to deal with the issues in front of him in a positive and constructive way. And so you end up with unresolved. You end up with all these issues that need to be resolved but can't be resolved, because if the man tries to resolve them, this woman's could up and leave. And that's not what the plan is. It's not what the man usually wants. And so you end up with a situation where there's no resolve. Now this causes two things. It causes the man to give in and to jeopardize his masculinity, or the man to rise up and try and bring a pattern to this woman that's going to be healthy for him and her, or he becomes a simp, a weak man, and lets the woman run the show as long as she stays around. And this demasculates the woman as well, or defeminizes, I should say, the woman as well. There's no benefit for either of the people involved. Now, I try and keep my videos very simple in their context. There's spirits that are programming these people to be unable to have a proper relationship. I can remember, I've done a lot of bricklaying jobs at different places all over between Sydney, Central Coast and Newcastle. I remember going to this job on the more exclusive side of Sydney. Well-to-do couple, this lady, a turned up very attractive lady. She spotted me straight away. I don't know what was going on in the marriage, but I can assure you it wasn't positive. I had too much to do, so I couldn't take too much notice of this woman. She's come out in a dressing gown. I didn't know where the husband was. My ex-partner can vouch for this. Anyway, so I start doing my work. She sits on the lounge, which was inside the door, big glass doors where the job was, and she, come on, mate. She sits on the lounge with her legs spread, directed at me, with a dressing gown on, and I thought to myself, I just could not believe how rude this woman was. It was very subtle and hidden, but it was suggestive of a desperate woman. Well, I got on with the job and I thought, uh-oh, this isn't good. This isn't a good environment to be in. So I got the job done as quickly as I could and got out of there. Once that was done, the woman rings up and says that she wanted something fixed that apparently I hadn't done. And my partner was there at the time, and I said, this woman's trying to get me back to the house. She wants a piece of me, like in terms of sexually. So I said, could I speak to your husband please for a moment? I need to speak to your husband. So the husband gets on the phone. I've gone, mate, there's really nothing wrong with the job. I'm not sure what's going on with this wife of yours. She's obviously not a very happy woman. And I don't want to say too much, but for mine, she's being inappropriate with who I am and what is going on. I said, can you pay the bill? I don't want to come back. I've got no intention of coming back. The work's Australian standard, and we'll leave it at that. He said, yes, I'll pay it straight away. He knew what was going on. Obviously, this has happened before. And that was that. But there's a lot of desperate women out there that are demasculizing their husbands. They're trying to get men behind their husbands' back. They're putting their husbands into a state probably where the husband's not as attractive as he should be to them by way of their behavior. And this is causing sexual problems for the men because they can't or don't want to have sex with a difficult woman. And these women are everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. They're unfaithful. They're a liability. Once they get their claws into you, they start to pull everything down. As the Bible says, a wise woman builds her house, but a foolish woman pulls her house down. They lose their marriages. They make life a misery for the man that they've been involved with. And if there's children involved, they're just the meat in the sandwich. A lot of erectile dysfunction problems are due to either the man not behaving properly and the woman resisting him in certain intimate levels, or the woman's just a rebel. She's got what she's wanted out of the man, and she's no longer going to be affectionate and intimate and soft and loving and submissive, so that the man would want to have sex with her in the first place. A lot of these women today are becoming masculine. You want to be aware of it, you want to wake up to it, you want to try and resolve the issues, and if you can't resolve the issues, it's time to bring some order. And if that means her leaving, so be it. You have to equip yourself and be prepared for the worst.